Hello and welcome to another day in paradise, and welcome to another edition of the Unapologetic Negropian. In today's video, we are going to ask one serious question. Why is it that E.S struggles to apologize? Now, I asked myself this question because I just finished watching her live about 30 minutes ago, and I realized that there was a perfect opportunity for her to just say, "I'm sorry for using the words
bitch, you got paid in pussy."
She somehow felt like she had to bring it up again. We're going to ask ourselves, why didn't she? Why didn't she just unreservedly apologize? Well, we are going to attempt to answer this question right now. But first, I'm going to ask you to please like, subscribe, share, click the bell notification, and please consider supporting us on our new Patreon account. Link in the description. So I'm going to allow you guys to actually take a look at E.S.'s live if you haven't watched it already. It was very interesting because there wasn't much of a reason for it.
There was a disconnect in cultures. He might have been holding a little something just to try to, on camera, this and that. We're not going to get into that I was supposed to pay them. You understand? We're not going to get into that because this ain't about our friend Ayoko. It's not. It's about a lack of understanding as far as like if I say something out of anger. So that's what that was about. It's very simple. It's not difficult at all. The cultural dynamics that I come from, the man provides, period. If you touch in on a woman, you provide. That is it. There's nothing. When people try to take that as if I'm some sort of prostitute, that's a lack of understanding. That is a lack of maturity. Things really go down in the real world. So how are you guys doing?
She had disappeared 3 weeks ago and nobody had heard from her. None of her fans had heard from her. And the reason why she had disappeared, well, she explains in the live video. She went over to Sierra Leone, as everybody knows, and she caught the coronavirus, which hindered her ability to leave the country. But now she said she's out of the coronavirus jail and she's able to produce video content and upload it to the internet. So after much waiting by all of her supporters, she came on a live to explain exactly what happened. But in this live, she also addressed what she called were her African friends. So we're talking about African continentals who had raised their concerns with E.S. They'd raised their concerns essentially about E.S.'s language 4 weeks ago when she was kicked out of Prince Ayoko's compound. Whilst she was being kicked out, she used the words
bitch, you got paid in pussy.
And essentially this didn't go down very well with a lot of her continental based subscribers and supporters, simply because Africans on the continent tend to be more conservative, right? They are a lot more strict. Their parents are, I would even say, are stricter than parents in the diaspora. So you're brought up with a sense of knowing that using these types of words are not going to end well for yourself. If I was to use those types of words as a youngster, my mother would have got the belt out. And I'm guessing most of yours would have as well. So when E.S chose those words, she landed herself in a bit of hot water, and a lot of her supporters were talking about it. They also said that their children were watching E.S.'s channel, so they were concerned about the fact that there is this woman they feel this connection with, and then all of a sudden she's on every video, going viral, saying some pretty unsavory words, which leads us up to today. Okay, so E.S went live, and of course she had the perfect opportunity to just say, "I'm sorry about my words, my choice of words. I don't usually use them. It was in the heat of the moment. I unreservedly apologize for what I've done, and I won't do it again." That's it. That's all she had to say. But of course, ES being ES, she couldn't do that. And we all know ES by now, so we all know what she did in this live. Yes, she went into defensive mode. So she started deflecting. She started saying, well, this is not a channel for children. This is not for children. Your children shouldn't be watching this. Why are you letting your children watch this channel? This is the sort of things that we say in America. This is cultural. This is what we normally say. This is just a figure of speech. What a load of rubbish. I mean, guys, we're all old enough now to know that there are certain situations where you should just apologize, say I'm sorry, and just STFU. That's it. Just keep it closed and move on, even if you don't mean it. But ES, if she's speaking to her supporters, then she's speaking to people who genuinely love her and genuinely have that feeling towards her, and were genuinely hurt by what she had said, because in their eyes they saw a different person. So it was the perfect time for her just to explain to them that this was not the norm. But she couldn't do it. And I'm starting to wonder, is there a pattern of this going on? I mean, we've seen it all before, but the reality is that ES in general hasn't put a foot wrong anywhere else, so she hasn't had much to apologize about. But there is one instance of her showing that she struggles, and I mean she really struggles to say those words, to say an apology unreservedly. I cast you back to the video that I just showed you at the beginning of this video. That was a live session on the Search for Uru, which is the channel for Prince Dynasty Emir. It was done about a year ago during a dramatic period where ES chose to post a video of two ladies that came to see her in northern Ghana, and one of those ladies mentioned that one of the things that she likes about being in Ghana was the feeling of being safe, being protected by the African continental men, as opposed to being in the United States of America and not feeling protected by the African Americans or Black American men in the United States of America. There was a bit of an uproar about that comment, mainly coming from one person. Yes, O'Shea Duke Jackson. O'Shea Duke Jackson made a reaction video towards that, to the effect that, hey, we protect the ones that deserve to be protected. He said some things which were questionable, but I'm not going to go deep into it actually today, because tomorrow I'm going to make a proper video about that situation, because I often ask myself the question, is that the case? You know, do women feel more protected on the African continent by black men on the African continent as opposed to black men in the diaspora? So that's a video that I'm going to make tomorrow for you guys, so I don't want to go too deep into it. But essentially that was the situation. And so Prince Dynasty Emir made this live video. It was about 2.5 hours long. In the beginning, after an hour, O'Shea Duke Jackson came on the live and he was unapologetic. He really went for it. He was not happy about what these women said about African American men and Black American men in general. So if you know O'Shea Duke Jackson, he's very pro Black American men. So it's understandable that he would have felt this way. He said some pretty derogatory things during this live video about the ladies in question. Now, ES didn't say anything. Dynasty Emir didn't say anything, which is really weird. It's a weird situation. So we ended up towards the end of the video where ES came on the live, right? And ES wasn't happy with Dynasty Emir giving O'Shea Duke Jackson another platform to reaffirm what he was saying about these women. So ES was not happy at all. and you could see it in her face. Okay, like I said, I don't want to go too deep into this today. I'm going to make another video about that situation specifically tomorrow. They had this Ifafon Mileo who was mediating this confrontation between E.S and Prince Dynasty, and they didn't really go for it. Prince Dynasty took things really well, actually, but I think when you see the video itself, you could see that he was more amused about the fact that E.S was overreacting like she normally does. E.S was going for it. Okay, you could see that. You could see fire coming out of her eyes. She was really not impressed with Prince Dynasty. She was angry with O'Shea Duke Jackson, but she didn't really go into him. It was more focused on Prince Dynasty and her being angry about the fact that he gave O'Shea Duke Jackson a platform to speak on. So, but O'Shea Duke Jackson already has, I think, a larger platform, a considerably larger platform than Prince Dynasty. So, it was strange. She didn't really need to go into Prince Dynasty the way she did, but she did anyway. Prince Dynasty made this unreserved apology.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
All right, so because I don't want this to go in the wrong direction. E.S, if I have offended you in any type of way, I apologize. Do you accept my apology?
Do you mean it, Dynasty?
I sincerely, like, this is not for show. If I offended you in any type of way, Dynasty I apologize, and I congratulate you on the work that you're doing in Ghana. I have never spoken ill about the work you're doing. I apologize.
Thank you. I appreciate it, and I accept it.
So after that unreserved apology, Prince Dynasty essentially asks, out of love, for E.S to give an apology back. I want you to see this. It's important that you take a look at this video because you can see that she physically struggles to apologize. Take a look at this.
Now, can I get an apology? Can I get an apology? You were saying some stuff in the chat. Yes. You were saying some stuff in the chat. Now, I was going to apologize. Can it be? Hold on.
Okay.
Can you reciprocate? Okay. Out of love, can you reciprocate?
Okay. All right. Okay.
Go, Saj, go.
I mean, I apologize for speaking my truth in which I felt offended. I shouldn't have never put those things there, but you pulled me into it, but I apologize for that.
Did you see that? It's incredible, isn't it? She couldn't even get her words out, but you could see that she was struggling emotionally. And I think this is E.S's Achilles heel. I think she struggles to control her emotions. A lot of people call her a narcissist, but I don't know. I don't think she is. I think she's just a person that in front of a camera puts on a front. We all do. We all put on a front. Even I put on a front. I'm putting on a front to you right now because I don't normally speak like this. Okay, I come from Birmingham. Like, if I was to speak the way I normally speak back in Brum, like, you wouldn't understand a word I was saying, do you know what I mean? So I speak with this ABC English, so everybody who knows English will understand what I am saying, right? So what you see here is a front, but, right, that doesn't make me a narcissist, right? So I don't think she's a narcissist. She just puts on a front. The thing is that everybody, all of her supporters, love this front. They don't really know the true E.S. They know the front. So they always expect the front, the E.S. front, okay? They don't expect what they saw outside of Prince Ayoko's compound. They don't want that. They don't like that, okay? And it was clear to see that they don't like that. Nobody is perfect. Not E.S, not Dynasty, not even me. Yeah, that's right. I'm not even perfect. The problem is that her fans see her as being perfect, and I can understand this because she is the full package, isn't she? Especially in this front form. She is beautiful. She is adventurous. She is articulate. Okay, she is everything that you'd want in a woman. The true self that everybody saw that day was not indicative of what a man would want in a woman, right? Especially a continental man who thinks that women should always be obedient to their men. Now, I'm not making excuses for E.S. I'm just saying that, you know, she should have used this opportunity tonight to have just apologized, because she talks a lot about the drama. She thinks that she's totally innocent about that, but she isn't. A lot of the drama that she sees happening towards her, and a lot of this hate, a lot of this reaction is coming from her. Like, I wouldn't have made this video now. I wouldn't have any, there'd be no point in me making a video tonight if she'd have just apologized and then moved on with her life. But no, she can't do it. She struggles to do that. Okay? And I don't go into her videos looking to pick faults. Okay, maybe I do sometimes. But this time I didn't. I was just genuinely happy to see her and see that she was healthy. But I did notice that she has this defensive mode that I think she needs to sort of deal with. Okay? Not everybody's after her. Not everybody is out to get her, okay? It would be good just to see her let this guard down so she can live her life and be happy, okay? And start making videos again. We miss E.S, don't we? So that's all I have time for tonight. What do you guys think? Do you think she struggles to apologize sometimes? Let me know in the comments section below. It'd be really good to hear from you. As always, I'd like to give an extra special thank you to my Patreon supporters, to my new Patreon supporters as well. Hello and welcome to the family. Thank you very much. Like I said in the beginning, if you want to consider supporting us on Patreon, the link is in the description. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Until the next time, please think twice. Ta-ra a bit.